Hey everyone, welcome to our noon live chat. Hello Amber, good to see you. And hey, yeah, we're here today. It is a Friday. Hold on, it is a Friday. And we're gonna have some fun today. I know you had some fun with Renee earlier, and so we're gonna continue that and keep the fun going. Renee and I are going to be together. At the 4 o'clock, we're going to have dual airbrushing because we're going to do something fun today. A lot of fun, lots and lots of fun. So, by the way, I'm Heather. Renee and I come to you live every day, Monday through Friday, starting at 8 Central Time. And we're on YouTube mainly. And then the 4 o'clock, we are on YouTube and Facebook. So if you are new, if you are wanting to know more about Luminous, make sure you do click the link below or the subscribe button and join us, because that will give you notifications when we are on. Hello, Candy. Candy, I didn't. I'm so sorry. I sent some feelers out, and so as soon as I hear back, I will let you know. All right, so we are going to do a natural makeup. Somebody asked for that the other day. And so because of what we're doing for the 4 o'clock, I'm just going to kind of build this up. If you have a system, it might look like this. This is our icon. What I love about our systems is that it already comes put together. Everything is included, and the makeup and everything. So it's not like you have to go and get one thing and then get the other. We give you everything. And when you're picking out a system, you're picking out a range. We're picking out that color range. We do have 100% color match guarantee, which is amazing. And so we really do stand behind our products. So we make sure not only when you get the system, but that you are ready, you have everything that you need to airbrush and to look flawless. And so what we have done is included 2 bottles of foundation. And what's great about that is the fact that with the 2 bottles of foundation, you can mix and match. You can also, I want you to practice. Think of the starter kit as your practice kit. I want you to get in there and get working on it, because the more you have your stylus in the hand, the more you're going to learn and the better you're going to feel about it and be more comfortable with it. We also give you the bottle of love, which is a hydrating illuminator, and which will give you some luminosity. You can mix that in with your foundation, mix it in with your blush. There's a lot you can do with that, and we'll go over that as well. And then the blush is also very high pigmented, meaning it is going to intensify. It's going to, we say the blush blooms, and you don't have to use hardly any. Like, you're only going to use about 2 drops, and that's it, which is pretty amazing as well. So we also, these are the steps that I want you to work on when you are starting out. Hey, Trish. Hey, Nancy. When you're first starting out, the very first thing, and this sounds so silly, is get it out of the box. Get it out of the box. Hello, Karen. Get it out of the box and start playing with it. As soon as you turn this on, there's air that comes out. And the great thing about that is the fact, 1, it's very cooling, but 2, when you can feel the air, if you're just moving it around your face and feeling the air, wherever you feel the air is where the makeup's going to go. So if you think about it, the air is like your bristles. So I know the makeup's going there because I can feel the bristles. Same thing with your airbrush. Wherever you feel the air is where the makeup's going to go. We also want to make sure that you move it around, which you're going to put makeup around your face, so you move it around. Also keep it about 4 finger widths away, and then barely pull back on the trigger. I would practice with water first. It's fun. You're not going to use any of the product. Just practice with water and you are good to go. Then you'll get into the airbrushing, and that's when you do want to do everything listed right there. But again, the more you have this in your hand, even if it's just the water or the air, you're going to be learning. And so that is the big thing about that, is you obviously want to. I've been doing these lives for about 5 years now, and I learn every day. And so you definitely learn as you're going along. All right, so let's, oh, did I leave my mirror? I did. All right, so I'm going to go in and brush up my eyebrows. I'm going to have to use this itty bitty mirror, and I'm using the Duo eyebrow pencil. And I just go in and do, and especially for like a natural look or light makeup look, I'm just going to go in and kind of fill in the brows. And look, the strokes that I'm using are very light, very brush-like, like boop, 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 almost like a flicker that you can go in and do. And so I'm going to go in and do that, and go in and do this, and fill that in. Now, you know my rule about eyebrows is 1, there needs to be 2. First rule, 2 eyebrows. And then make sure you can fill them in. I mean, like right now when we can't go and get them done, or actually, I guess in Texas now we can. It opened up today, actually. So if you needed to go get them done, you can. But with the stuff that we have, guys, you honestly don't need to, because we also have the stencils that you can airbrush on. And so you airbrush that perfect brow on, and then you pluck and tweeze around that area. And then that way, you don't have to worry about going. So I did that the other day where I had my eyebrows on. I got my closer upper mirror and went wherever they weren't filled in. I plucked that and got rid of it. So they look a little bit better. So just another little secret tip that I can give you. The eyebrow pencil, this is the Duo eyebrow pencil. Let me make sure it's not something else. Define 2-in-1 eyebrow pencil. Define, I've been calling it the Duo because it does have the gel at the bottom, or at the other end, and you can go in and put those hairs in place. And then it even colors them. I watched Renee the other day. She just uses this, I think sometimes to kind of fill it in as well. Her eyebrows are a lot thicker than mine, and so she's able to do that. Me with my thinning eyebrows, I'm not able to do that. So there you go. All right. Oh, Candy, you opened up 2 weeks ago? Yeah. And then I've been talking to my hairdresser because I work, you know, I'm concerned about all the people that weren't able to work during this time. And so, and me, of course, who is not good friends with their hairdresser, but I've been calling to check on her, and I was like, are you excited? You're going to come, you know, go back to work and everything. And I can't get into her till next week. I was like, okay, next Saturday it is. I'll just have to start wearing hats. So there you go. All right, so we are going to stick with what is in our starter kit. So I'm going to stick with the Love and the blush. I'm going to get this out. That's Glow. Here's my Love. And I want to do this because I do want to show you that we give you everything you need to get your coverage and everything. Now, you do see me sometimes use what I call pre-coverage, where I'll go in and use something to cover my dark circles, especially the darkness on my lids. And then I'll contour. I'll do all of that. And so when you first get started, guys, just do the foundation. Like, just do what's in your starter kit. Don't worry about anything else right now, because I just want you to get that movement down and get comfortable doing the airbrush. Once you're comfortable doing that and find that sweet spot to where you're pulling back and it's not too much and it dries instantly, and it doesn't look heavy or cakey, then everything else is a cakewalk. It doesn't matter what you're putting in here, you're still putting it on the same way. And so that's super important to know that. And I also don't want you to get overwhelmed. I don't want you to, I'm gonna do 2 drops of the blush. The blush is high pigmented again, and it is going to bloom. So I like doing the blush first because I like a more blended blush, whereas Renee likes a more intense blush. Again, up to you. So I'm gonna turn this on. There's air that's coming out. And I can feel it on my cheeks. And I actually start the movement before pulling back on the trigger, because that way, if I'm not moving and I pull back on this trigger, I might get what we call a hot spot, where the makeup just comes out. And so if I move first and then pull back on the trigger, then I'll avoid that hot spot. Sharon, one of our customer service ladies, who is such a beautiful lady, she had a great suggestion too, because our blush does bloom. She actually starts back here and moves forward. So she does this way, and that way, if you do get that hot spot, it's back here, easier to fix and repair than right here on the front of your cheek. Does that make sense? All right, so now I'm adding my blush. My love burst out on me, but try it perfectly. Yay! All right, I'm gonna add some of my foundation in here. Now, because I'm using one of the smaller bottles, I'm only doing foundation. I'm not doing any pre-work. I did about 7 drops. I was unable to count because I was talking. So I did about 7 drops. And so now I'm going in and I'm going to start my foundation. And I'll make 1 complete pass. So I'll start somewhere on my face. Karen says, I got my tanning tonic. Is it okay to do my normal skin routine, including the moisturizer, or do you put on fresh cleanser? Karen, the tanning tonic, I put on fresh, clean skin. Usually, with like anything tanning, if you do like deodorant or moisturizer or lotions, it's a blocker. And so if I did the tanning tonic this morning and I did not put on any moisturizer. I just sprayed the tanning tonic on. And so I would, if you're doing the tanning tonic, just do that. And then, but you can still airbrush over it. All right, so I've got my forehead, made a pass. And now, because I know that this is where I need most of my coverage, I'm gonna do my lids and underneath my eyes. So, I'm gonna shake on this one. It always makes me shake. It always tickles. I didn't this time. Under my eyes, because I know I need coverage there. And I'm 1, 2, and go. 1, 2, and blend. 1, 2, and go. Don't sit there too long. We don't want it to really, you're not gonna sit there and cover until you get it to that coverage. I'm gonna go back and get coverage. Candy, color effects are already working on that. That's usually a seasonal thing, but we are already working on color, so hopefully it'll come out sooner than later, but obviously it's going to be more towards the fall when that comes out. And thought I'd drip something. I'm gonna go in right here because it seems in my tiny mirror that I need a little bit of blending on my cheeks. One spot I always forget is right here. I don't know if that's because it's a transitioning area, but I normally have to go back and really concentrate right on my chin for some reason. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little more coverage. So I'm gonna do about 3 more drops. And just keep going. But it's great coverage. I have the coverage that I want even under my eyes. It's blending my blush. And now I'm just blending it in. And there we go. So didn't need all the 3 drops, but I did use them. All right, now I'm going to do Love. Now see even how light my eyebrow or my lids are, the foundation's going to cover that. All of our foundations are full coverage because you can keep going, keep making those passes until you get full coverage. Some are going to start at medium coverage because of the pigmentation in it. So Silk is my go-to. That's the one I use every day because it has anti-aging properties in it. It has the moisturizer primer, it has your concealer, and it has your foundation. So it's a little more forgiving, and you don't have to use as much pre-products if you want to use the pre-products. So it is a little more forgiving. So turning the system on, I have 3 drops of Love in here. I'm going to use it on the high cheekbone area. And this, Amber is saying that the coverage is blended perfectly. Your stylist blends for you guys. If you're putting it on the correct way, I'm doing a little bit of Love on my eyelids. If you are airbrushing the correct way, it's going to do that for you. It is going to blend everything for you. Jeannie, did you email me regarding contouring? Somebody, I think it was yesterday afternoon, emailed me about contouring, and I did do contouring yesterday. Just so you know, that is something that we do talk about a lot. And then even if you jumped over to Facebook, I even tried to look all the way down. I'm going to try to post it, but I did one that was just on contouring where I painted up my whole entire face to show you exactly where. And I was going to see if I could find it and send you the link, Jeannie. But remember with contouring, it's contour and highlight. And so contouring is what we want to bring in. So when you are contouring, on the side, to pop up your cheekbones, you're going to start at the middle of the ear, go towards the corner of the mouth, but stop at where the color of the eye is. All right. So I'll take, since I have it handy, I'm going to take our Lion King, and I'm going to contour that. Oh, I bet I should use this mirror because that's amazing. And I'm going just right underneath my blush. Oh, I got a little. Now the chin, I'm just filling that in. And so it's right at the jawline. Look at that. So it's hiding things that we need to hide. And then right now I'm just putting a little, even though I have bangs, everything, and I'm just putting a little bit of texture, of dimension back in the face. So what airbrush and what foundation is going to do, that is going to even out your skin tone and do what we call, like, it'll make you flat because it's hiding everything. It's making you one color. And so with contour and highlight, what we do is we are bringing shape back to our face. And so I have a fluffy face, a rounder face. And so what I want to pop out my cheekbones. I want to hide this guy here. And I can also highlight, I'm using the Cut 1. Candy, the Color Effects is more of a, that's more seasonal. So it should come out around the fall, but we are working on that. And so it should come out pretty soon. I mean, not like tomorrow, but sooner than later. All right, see how just a little bit of highlighting works as well, because they're going to complement. They complement each other because they conflict. So you have this that's hiding, but this that's popping. And so that's how you're going to create that illusion. Just like if you were to go in and do something in your crease, we put the darkness in our crease because we want to create depth in our eye. So if you follow that around, so if I started here with my crease, you can follow that to your nose as well, okay? I mean, I'm not talking use eyeshadow all the way down here, but you can even contour the nose to make that look thinner or straight or whatever you need to. And then again, middle of the ear to the corner of the mouth, but stop at the color of the eye and then jawline and blend it down. You don't want a swoop, but when I did it, I'll go in and do this because that's where I need most of it. And then I can blend it down like that. Make sense? All right, so now I'm going to add a little bit of lip jelly. And the lip jelly is a plumper, but it's also nourishing. So it is going to nourish the lips. It has vitamin E in it. So you will feel like a little tingle. To me, I don't feel it anymore. I think after like the second or third time you use it, you won't feel it at all. The way I can describe it, it feels like you ate too many Red Hots. If y'all have ever done that, which I have. So that's all. 4 videos. That's so weird. Well, Karen, set your remote, set your timer, set your Alexa, because you will not want to miss our 4 o'clock. I'll put this up real quick. And then also I'm going to show you 2 different things real quick. We have on Saturday, on tomorrow, we're doing an Instagram live with Ian Michael Crum, who is just such a beautiful person. And there's me and my mama. We're both having our moms on so we can do a Mother's Day makeover, and we're going to be airbrushing them. And if you don't follow him on Instagram, he is just amazing. Sweetest spirit. I've really, really enjoyed talking to him. So it's 12:30 Central Time. On Instagram, you can make sure you like us or follow us on Instagram at Luminous Cosmetics. And we're going to be on at 12:30. And then you have Renee and I need another. You have Renee and I starting today at 4. We're going to have some fun. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. But please come on back. I'll be back at 2. We'll talk it up some more. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.